They say love covers many sins, but what if the person who promised forever quietly traded vows for convenience? My story is not a horror of monsters but of ordinary people whose small betrayals become seismic. I met Anna at a mutual friend's wedding. She wore a simple blue dress and smiled like someone sunlight would follow. We talked for hours, then days, then years. I believed promises as if they were bricks for the house I planned to build for us. A home, wedding, shared rituals. I worked 2 jobs to save for that future, planning every detail like a man building a life for someone who had promised to stay. For 5 years she was my center. We built rituals and inside jokes that felt like proof of fate. Then, like a slow leak, things changed. She grew distant. Texts delayed. Calls shortened. Weekend plans became solitary errands. I told myself many rational things. Stress at work, family pressure, fatigue. But a quiet suspicion settled like salt, and one evening curiosity broke me. I saw a message flash on her phone. It was not work. It was affection in a different voice. The same tender phrases she once whispered to me now written for another. My heart did not explode so much as hollow out with the slow realization that the woman I trusted had been giving pieces of herself away. Later she sat me down with a calm that felt rehearsed and said, I think we should stop. She claimed she didn't love me the same way. She said I deserved someone better. For a few seconds my hands fumbled with options. Anger, begging, pleading, but none felt like a real reply. I made a quieter choice. I would not be diminished into begging. I would rebuild. For months I let her believe she had the prize she sought. She announced her new relationship with polite photos and polite lies. Friends murmured support. I became the sad figure people pitied. But while she lived that new life, I rebuilt silently. I poured the pain into progress, investing in myself, launching my own project, creating a life that required no permission. She married him in a ceremony where people smiled and ate and pretended the wound had never existed. I received an invitation and chose to go. I could have stormed the aisle with accusations. Instead, I attended in a suit that fit and a calm that spoke volumes. When she saw me, something in her expression wavered. She realized the person she left behind had become someone she could not reclaim. I approached quietly after the ceremony and said, I take care of her. She breaks what she cannot fix. I walked away before drama could blossom. Humiliation, I decided, was not my currency. Time erodes many happy facades. Rumors of fights and distrust spread. The marriage that once looked shiny showed cracks. Meanwhile, my business took root. Prosperity arrived not as trophy but as daily reality. The revenge was not a spectacle but a life well lived. Success, peace, and the dignity of moving on. She had replaced me, perhaps, in her mind. But she had not replaced what I had been building. The sweetest revenge, I discovered, is not to exact equal hurt but to become someone the betrayer can no longer touch. In small moments after, strangers congratulated me for seeming strong. I would say, it wasn't strength so much as focus. I learned that we trade sorrow for a future only if we use the brokenness as fuel for creation. Craft your work, build your life, and do not let someone else's temporary thrill derail your trajectory. The moral was not malicious. It was restorative. Walk away, build, and let the person who betrayed you watch the life they thought they had a part in. Watch from the outside as it grows unconnected to them.